Hey guys, so I've been using Shotcut for a while now. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I did find some neat things that you can do with it. I've been scouring the internet, aka YouTube, on how to animate objects. Like I've seen it done on some other people's videos where you're dragging and dropping using HTML. But for this tutorial, we're not going to use any of that. This is going to be strictly raw animation, like frame by frame animation. First things first, make sure you have your image that you want to animate. Okay. What I want to do is going to have this image, this face here. I want to have it rotate. I will have it rotate 360 degrees. This is something that I've, drew up in Paint.net. This is my favorite um, image editing software. So the first thing you need to know, the first thing you need to take in is the fact that you're going to be animating whatever you're doing frame by frame. So you need to make sure you have the frame data. Okay. So what I mean by frame data is just like the frame image. So in this case, this little guy here, we're going to save multiple files of the same image, but in different animation sequences or different positions. So I want to get rid of the background, first of all. I don't want to have a white background. I just wanted a plain Jane background. So if I want to use it over videos, I can. And delete that, and there you go. So this is our frame one. This is what I call it, frame demo F1, which stands for frame one. So I'll save. Okay, so now this is our first frame. Our second frame is going to be when the image rotates. So go to select. Make sure you're saving this in a PNG file so that way we can use it over images or over video. So this is the second frame. Okay, so that's the second frame. And then you go to file, and then you want to go to save as instead of save now. And then you want to save it as frame 2. Okay. This way is really dirty, but I feel like I have more control over it. But this is answering the question for all those that are like asking, how do we, move objects in Shotcut? This is the way I've been doing it. Save as F3. And I kind of like to save, like, if I'm doing a movement, like at least 5 frames per second. I'm back. I'm finished with my frames. Just to show you, I have about 16 of them now. And so what I did was I divided it by the rotation of my object. So 1/4 of the object would be about 4 frames. So from here to here would be 4. From, oh, don't need to move them. From here to here would be another 4 frames. Well, basically from east to north will be another 4 frames. From north to west will be another 4 frames. And from west to south will be another 4 frames. So I have 16 frames in total for my rotating, I guess, non-smiley face, or I guess dead face. All right, so now to open up my Shotcut. So it's really simple, but this is the real magic in terms of animating. So get a video track, okay? And what you want to do is get your image and start from frame 1. Okay, so open file. All right. So this is my frame, right? This is one we're going to use, frame 1. And it doesn't matter how big the image is. You can always resize it as long as you keep that, in mind. But before I drag and drop it, I want to resize the duration of this image. And for our animation purposes, I like to keep it like 3 milliseconds. So I'll show you. So before you drag and drop it, go to properties over here. And then you see the duration, this is 4 seconds. So we want to drop that down to 4 not 4, but 3 milliseconds. Okay. You're not going to see the difference right now, but when you drag it, you're definitely going to see it. The next thing you want to do is zoom in all the way because we're dealing with very, very few, duration here. And so you drag it down here and you'll see how small it is. Okay, boom. That's your first frame. And you want to do that for all of your images. So now let's go to the next frame. All right, frame 2. And same thing. You can basically, I should have copied it and pasted it. So I'm going to copy it now. So that way I don't have to sit there and do this the whole time. Control A, Control C. I got that copied and pull it down until I hit enter. Okay, until it's recognized. Okay, there we go. Now pull it down. And so this is what you do. This is the secret of Shotcut right here, of doing animation. You just make them as small as possible and pull all your frames that you designed in whatever image editor that you want to do, that you use, that you're familiar with. And then, you put it frame by frame. And the reason why I chose 0.3, because I think that's the smallest I ever gotten it to. I think you can get it smaller than that. But 0.3 is something that I've been working with. So that's just my opinion on it. But this is, how I've been animating little images on my videos. If you take a look at my videos, I've been using this same technique to animate my characters, and I have a whole, I have a lot of ideas. In other words, I have a whole list of ideas on how to animate things and future content. Okay, so now I have all 16 frames, all within 0.3 milliseconds or 3 milliseconds of each other. This is what it looks like when it's actually in motion. So that's in a span of 2 seconds. And you can make it smaller if you like. But I use, 3 milliseconds or 0.3 milliseconds. But this is spanned over 2 seconds. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to keep it this size, and we're going to change the size in the other project. So go ahead and close this out and open up another project, because this one is where I can actually use it in a real scenario, like put it over a video. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get the video file and video track anyway, and then I'm going to go grab the file by saying file and then open MLT XML as clip. Okay, so that's where we're going to go back to our original project right here. As you can see, it's saved right there, and then there it is. All right, so I can go grab it, pull it down here. Okay, and then I can just easily copy and paste it again on the same track, and then do it one more time, maybe another time for good measure, and see how it looks. Okay, so this is over, how long is the video? It is 7 seconds. So let's see the way it looks. All right, so there might be a little gap between the first video and the second one. Yep, there's a little gap. So let's clear out that gap so we can clean this up. This is where I'll want to resize it or change the position of it or whatever I need to do. You know, well, really, yeah, I can change the position. So by doing that, I can say, okay, let me get the actual, start putting the filters over it. Like say if this is too big and I want to change the size, I can. Okay. So that is the size that I want it to be. Okay. And that's actually the position that I want it to be because I want to use this as an over an image or over a video playing in the background. So I'm gonna go grab another file real quick. All right, so this is the video file that I wanted to gather, and you can see that my image is in it. And if I go to seeing how it look like, I have a low resolution going on, so that way my computer doesn't lag so much. But as you can see what it looks like when I play the video, well, maybe this is not the best demonstration, but let me save the image. Not save the image. Let me output it because I have it all, the previews all in low resolution, and you'll see it in high definition. All right, so now we got the video fully exported. Now we can actually see what it actually looks like in high YouTube quality. So let me go ahead and open the file. So as you can see how silky smooth that is? That is a rough and dirty way how to animate using Shotcut and any video editor. So this is what it'll look like in high definition, high quality. You see the rotation on the image? It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. It could be smoother than that if you want to put more frames on it or you want it to be faster. You can just set it to a smaller duration than 0.3. If you want it 0.1, you can. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's pretty smooth, right? So that is my quick little dirty way of doing animation in Shotcut without using HTML files. I have some more future content about tips and tricks about Shotcut that I've discovered that I haven't yet seen on YouTube, so I'm going to post them up. And anything else that I find out, I'm going to make content about it. But hopefully this helps you out, and for those that need help on using Shotcut for animation purposes, it is totally possible. Just use the steps that we did today. All right, guys, if you like the video, please give me a like if you learned something. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop them in the comment box below. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Be safe out there, and always keep your head in the game.